So I just got back from GDC about 2 or 3 days ago. Just managed to beat my jet lag, and I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the things that I found out in this year's GDC, because I was going in fully thinking that it's going to be negative. There's going to be a lot of discussion about the state of the industry, how do we got here, what is happening, where are we going, all that stuff that I thought it was going to be slightly, doom and gloom. However, what I found was the complete opposite. And I wanted to talk to you guys about that in this video to hopefully give you guys a glimpse of some of the people that I met and also some of the conversations that I had and how this might be something bad that comes for good. So let's talk about it in this video. Okay, so welcome to another video. My name is Harvey Newman, and I'm here to share knowledge about animation, the games industry, and building a game studio, which I have just recently and is going absolutely fantastic. Now, what I wanted to share with you guys in this video is all about GDC. But before we do that, I want to say, like many other YouTubers say, that this video is sponsored by my mentorship classes, my very own mentorship classes, because the students that I've been having and some of the dialogue and some of the takeaways that I've been having from my students have been definitely like a two-way street. They take a lot from my mentorships, but I also learn a lot from them, not only about the industry and the fears and the wins and how some of the things that they actually are looking for, and also some of the things that they are not looking for affects this industry and allows me to keep a pulse on things and how things are. And that goes for all animators of all like ranges. Can be from animator that is just getting started, learning the 12 principles of animation, to the most experienced 20, 30 year experienced animator that actually perhaps wants to a little bit of help on how to actually kind of like either get in the games industry or thinking slightly different, or information about the games industry in terms of what do we do, how do we do it, how to nail an interview and all that stuff. So if this is of interest, I'll leave a link down below to my mentorship classes, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Now, without further ado, let's get to the video. In this video, definitely it's all about the GDC experience that I just had. So GDC, for those that don't know, is the Games Developer Conference. It happens once a year, every single year in the month of March, and it happens on the week of the 18th this year, and is an experience that actually all developers, I think, in video games should actually experience at least once, because what this does to you is inspiring and also opens your eyes to the industry, also allows you to see and anticipate some of the things that might come to you later, and it's really, really nice. Go and check out the video that I made last year when I went to GDC for the very first time. Really, really inspiring. This year was again inspiring for different reasons. And one of the things that I want to say first and foremost, for those that haven't been, is that one of the best things that you can do if you are a junior animator, for example, and you want to go into GDC, is that you will see where your career is going to progress to next. Because you will not only find other animators that perhaps you either know of on Twitter or know of because of YouTube, and you will actually get to meet them there, but also you get to see the steps that they took to get to where they are. You get to ask them questions. The animation community is incredibly tight and small, and everybody wants to help each other. So if you actually ask anybody that you know, you want to meet up, you want to ask them questions, I'm pretty sure they'll say yes. I would definitely say yes. So it will help you a lot to kind of like be a bit more confident in your skills, which is great. And then as you see people progressing, you'll see that they will actually get into talks at GDC, or they will actually go into the big stage talking at Epic or talking at any other number of conventions that happens around GDC, which also gives you a preview of what you can do in this career of animation. Because here in this channel I get that question a lot: what kind of things can I do as a gameplay animator if I get into games? And some of the things are normally behind closed doors, or GDC is not televised or anything like that, so it's not like, big time, so it's very hard for you to see these things, and the only thing you normally see is just the animator like animating for the game, and then the game comes out, and then that's it. But there's a whole lot more to this, and GDC allows you to see what happens behind the scenes and also talk with people that can tell you what goes on behind the scenes, which is absolutely amazing. So this year's goal for GDC was very different from last year. So last year was all about having a feel for GDC, coming up with a presentation, having a video of gameplay, all that stuff. This year year we have worked so hard at Proxima that we had a fully demo, playable, super amazing, almost like a vertical slice. We don't like to call it vertical slice internally, but almost like a vertical slice that we want to showcase to different publishers that we had kind of scheduled and ready to actually showcase the thing. We felt very confident about what we had internally at the studio. We feel very confident. So that was my main goal, to meet with these publishers to showcase our game, to hopefully secure funding and future conversations as we go through. However, as I was doing these things, I had other things planned, including meeting with other fellow animators and meeting with people that actually watch this YouTube channel, and also meeting with other companies as well. Now, I want to talk about the animation community first, because I think that's the most amazing thing. Now, every year, Mike, shout out to Mike, he always gathers everybody within the animation community in this AnimeX. I didn't actually had a chance to actually attend this year. I did last year, it was absolutely amazing. But I did meet a lot of animators, including Mike, that actually has just published a book. Go and check out Mike's book that is all about animation directing. Lots of tips and tricks. Really, really good book. I got my copy for myself at GDC. But the animation community at GDC is incredibly tight, and you can find a lot of animators there. So make sure that if you can do one thing as an animator at GDC, is sign up for the event AnimeX and try to actually attend and gather with other people in this one roof. It doesn't happen in the main part where the Moscone Center is. It happens somewhere else. But you can bet that there's going to be a lot of animators, a lot of love for animation, a lot of knowledge, a lot of conversations and discussions, and all animators pretty much, we kind of gel with each other very easily. I think we all understand the struggle, we all understand how hard it is to get into this industry, and those that are not in this industry can hopefully talk with people to network, to hopefully showcase your work, show a demo, bring your work so we can see it and we can feedback. So absolutely a really, really cool thing to have. So one of the other things that I've done is go to the show floor and actually talk and play a bunch of indie games. And this goes from AA games to more indie games, one-person studio. And what I found this year more than ever is that there's a lot of connection between studios and also networking that can happen. And one of the things that I found is that there's a lot of stories that are very similar. So when I was speaking with people, when I was playing their games, finding out about how many people and how are you in the industry now, and how is the industry treating you, and investment and publishers and stories. All of these things felt very similar to me, to our studio, and also is a very big contrast to go to GDC or to go to Gamescom, because I never went to GDC before Proxima, but to go to Gamescom as a publisher or as a AAA developer and as an indie developer. And I found that in the indie dev community, there's a lot of love. There's a lot of trying to help each other. And to me, it just resonated so much, because the animation community is exactly like that, because we know how hard it is to actually become an animator, to learn animation. And I think is the samest thing is true from an indie perspective about not so much making games, because making games by itself is hard, but trying to secure funding for your game. That is the thing that is the hardest, right? Because it involves business. If you come as an artist, more like myself, then it's a skill that you're not used to, is a sea that you're not used to navigating, and it's very hard for you to learn this new skill as you do and fail a bunch and still try to make it happen. So those are the kind of conversations that I had with a lot of devs. And to me, it felt really reassuring to know that I'm not the only one out there, or we are not the only one at Proxima out there suffering as much as we are doing. Everybody is suffering, and we're all trying to do the best we can as with the time that we have to develop our game. So that was another really good positive that I took from GDC. And I think that for you guys in animation here in the channel, what it means more than ever, which I also had conversations about this, is that there's a lot of studios asking and wanting quality animators out there. And when they find somebody like myself, because of YouTube, because of being around animation for so long, immediately the first question I get is do you know anybody that you can recommend? Do you know where we can actually go to actually get more help? We need somebody with talent, but they know what they're doing. We need somebody that is more of a like a generalist, or somebody that is more specific for animation, somebody that is more a technical animator. There's all kinds of talks like that about, do you know anybody? So I wish I could help everybody, absolutely, and definitely get in touch if you're looking for a job. But there's a lot of people in need of animation out there. So keep an eye out, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna go from things being dry right now to being like lots of people wanting animators all of a sudden, quality animators all of a sudden. At least that's my hope, and that's how I felt at the event, and it was really cool to see. Now, another part of GDC for me that I actually really enjoyed is that I realized as GDC was going that because I'm pretty much never across the pond in America, like, you know, San Francisco and stuff, there was a few people that actually watched the YouTube channel that decided to kind of like ask me to, if they want to meet, right? Are you doing a meet and greet? Can we meet at some point and stuff? And because I got quite a few messages like that, I decided to host my first meet and greet. Unfortunately, it was not the best organized thing because I did it like 3 hours previous to the meet. So next time, I'll definitely, absolutely give you guys like a week or two a heads up. I'm going to GDC, I'm doing a meet and greet. I'll make a video about it as well. But it was really cool to see anybody that showed up, and I'll put some pictures here. Anybody that showed up, I'm super thankful, because you know, obviously I'm just like a YouTuber. I do this with a camera. I'm right here by myself. I don't know how many people watch this. So for a second there, I thought it was just me and Johnny. Johnny is the composer at Proxima. He was with me on the Thursday that we hosted the meet and greet. And I remember telling Johnny, like, you know, we can stay here for, you know, 30 minutes or so talking. I'm not too sure if anybody's gonna come, because I just put it on Twitter last minute. But then I think it was about like maybe 5, 6, 7 people actually showed up. And it was really cool to see everybody showing up, and now, you know, just saying, like, showing the love for the channel, showing the love for how much they're learning and how much they're taking away from the channel. And yeah, it was really amazing to see. Great to share knowledge, great to hear their experiences, what they're working on, some of the struggles they're having, some of the happy moments they are having. And yeah, to me, it kind of reminds me of my struggles in the beginning, and it feels to me that that journey is so cool, but you only appreciate that journey after you've been through it. It feels to me that I've been through that, and obviously I'm still doing that as a consultant, but it's not the same as being like working full-time in a studio, AAA or otherwise, and like, you know, going through the politics and the different things that you have to deal with. It's actually beautiful when you look back, but when you're going through it, it's hard. And I might do a video about that in the future, but it was really cool to see everybody. And thank you very much for everybody that actually made it. Highly appreciate it. Super, super thankful for that. And I also got to meet a few devs like that I've met, that I know from just talking online, or maybe through my my interviews, animation interviews that I do here in the channel. And it was so cool to actually meet everybody, and just crossing people like in the middle of the floor, the show floor, and just go like, hey, I know you, hey, and we can talk a little bit and stuff. It was so amazing. So shout out to everybody that I met over there as well. It was really cool to meet you. It feels really short. It's 5 days, but it feels incredibly short. Now, when it comes to the meetings that I had, obviously I met with a bunch of publishers with Proxima, but I won't go into that now. I just wanted to mention two people that I met, or two companies that I met, that I think hopefully give you a little hope about some of the things that are going behind the scenes. I met with NVIDIA, and I met with with Epic, I should say. And to me, the feeling that I had on both meetings, and I was meeting through Proxima, but also, you know, there's lots of questions about, you know, the industry and where we're going and things. And the feeling that I had, right, is that both companies are doing their absolute best to help small developers like ourselves, so we can actually like go through this whole like horrible times that are right now in the industry, and hopefully come out of the other side better than ever. Like the fact that we had conversations about, you know, we can help you guys, and what do you guys need, and we can offer help in these ways, and just keep showing us the game, because the game is looking fantastic, but and will continuously help you with a bunch of different things, right? And to me, it felt genuinely like they can relate, even though they're doing well, both companies obviously, but they can relate to the struggle, and they really want to help. And I think that's going to go into every single part of the industry, because they are at the top of the industry when it comes to making changes and big swings, right? And I do think that those companies having the right mindset and their heart in the right place means that we will have a better future as a result. We all know companies like that are there just for profits, and they couldn't care less about the end user or the people that I actually help them grow. They just go, as long as we're making profits, good to go. That is not the feeling that I had with both Epic and Nvidia, and the feeling that I had is genuinely that like they are there to help out as much as you possibly can, as long as you show them that you are doing the work and you are actually kind of like putting that extra work and you are doing your absolute best to make this work. They will be there for you and be like, cool, how can we help? And that was really cool to see, and it gave me a really good feeling about the future of the industry. And all that to say that between new studios popping up everywhere, between like talking with a bunch of people at GDC about the future of the industry and talking with these companies as well, I also spoke with Unity that also had great things to ask about where do we actually go. So Unity, Epic, Nvidia, all of them had the same vibe, like teach us or tell us how can we actually improve our workflows or things in order to actually make things better, right? From your perspective. And, you know, happy to share. And it was really cool to see them kind of like really trying hard. So between like, you know, games popping up, devs popping up, studios popping up, and also companies having their heart in the right place and trying to kind of like make it work as best as we can for everybody, makes me feel incredibly hopeful for the future of the industry. And even though I went feeling incredibly negative because I'm always here just by myself, just seeing the news and reading the news, I came back from GDC feeling like, you know what, we're gonna be all fine. We're gonna be absolutely fine. We're gonna be all right. And yeah, I wanted to share that with you because hopefully it gives you a little bit of hope. Because sometimes when you're sitting in your desk and you're reading all these articles and you're seeing all this news and redundancies all the time, you feel like everything is crumbling around you, and it's a very horrible feeling. So going out there, meeting real people and talking with real people about the situation just puts everything in perspective, and all of a sudden it feels like it's a temporary setback more than anything. And it's good to see that, right? Okay, so I rambled on enough. I hope this was helpful to you. I hope this makes you feel slightly better. And if you enjoyed the video and you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, giving it a like, and comment below with your thoughts about GDC, the games industry, and all that stuff that I just mentioned before, because I do think that things are going to be better soon. Oh, so I hope. Okay, see you guys in the next one. And until then, as always, stay well, stay safe. Peace.